Hey guys, it's iPrincessGaara, and today I'm reviewing chapter 622 of the Naruto manga. Now, this chapter was of course a flashback on top of a flashback on top of a flashback, because if you don't remember, back in chapter 620, when Hashirama was explaining to Sasuke what had happened between him and Madara during the First Shinobi War, there was a flashback in that chapter of Hashirama and Madara as children, and in this chapter we get to see a flashback of like maybe a 2 years difference of what happened to Hashirama, but we still see them as children, so this is like a full-on like flashback inception. So there is two key points that you have to remember before we go into this chapter review. One is that this is a time where there is no organizations of villages, so there's no village hidden in the leaf, village hidden in the sand, village hidden in the rocks, village hidden in the mist, none of that. There is just clan against clan. It's all-out chaos. You cannot tell anybody your last name in fear of the fact that they might kill you, and this is just a chaotic state, and it's very, very wild. So, second thing you have to remember is that even though these flashbacks might get annoying and they might get a little redundant, you have to see what Kishimoto is setting up. Because Hashirama is trying to set up a scenario for Sasuke that if you read the chapter, you may have gotten already. But I'm going to talk about that at the end of the video. So, now we're going to talk about the chapter itself. Now, in the beginning of this chapter, we get to see Hashirama and Madara as children. We get to see Madara throwing stones and trying to skip across the river. Hashirama is obviously better than Madara at skipping stones, so Hashirama is teasing him. And this is where we get to see the connection between Madara and Hashirama, and we also get to see their personalities as children. Now, it was fun seeing their personalities back in chapter 620. I'm not so sure how much fun it is now, but it was like Hashirama was like, he was real carefree, he still had the same personality that he used to have, and Madara had this like Naruto-esque personality to him that maybe Kishimoto was trying to show us in his little mixing up of a cauldron, because Kishimoto is definitely a witch. Definitely. So we get to see them bicker and fight, but they're not fighting as in like, of course, in like the First Shinobi War. They're actually just being kids. So after this, we actually see a shinobi laying in the river that they were just skipping rocks across, because that's very pleasant. So Hashirama goes over to check on the shinobi because the shinobi is obviously dead, and this is where Madara and Hashirama both find out that they are shinobis. Now, what I said about the last names, Hashirama doesn't know that Madara is a part of the Uchiha clan, and Madara doesn't know that Hashirama is part of the Senju clan, which will probably make them kill each other, but they actually grew a friendship instead. So Hashirama goes to check on this ninja, and we find out that this ninja is a part of the Hogurama clan. This clan actually killed his brother, probably like a little times back, not when he was that much younger, maybe a year, maybe a few months or something like that. This really upsets Hashirama, and this is where we get another flashback. So we see Hashirama with his father and Tobirama and Itama, and all of them are watching his brother Kawurama being buried. Now we know because of Hashirama that Kawurama is actually 7 years old. Now back in this time, it is very commonplace for shinobis to be children, and this might seem crazy to us, but it wasn't crazy to them, and it might seem crazy to people who are part of the village hidden in the leaf or with sand or something like that, but not back then because of how chaotic everything was. It was like, you're a shinobi, you carry your clan on your back, and that's the way it was. So this really upset Hashirama. Itama was like sobbing and crying, and Tobirama kept his like cool demeanor, and their father was just like, we were very lucky because the enemy did not get his body, and we found the enemy's body too, and everything like that. And Hashirama is really upset, as you can tell, and he says that the world of shinobis is messed up. He says that children should not be on the front lines defending the clan, and what is the worth of a shinobi, and that's why I titled this video The Worth of Shinobi, even though I think the name of the manga chapter was actually The Other Side, but this is actually an important key fact in this manga chapter. So Hashirama starts saying how things should be, and this is him already thinking as a Hokage, so we already get to see the intellectual place where Hashirama is. But he does get Gurren Lagann and punched in the face by his father, because back then, if you were a shinobi and you died, that made you even worth more than a shinobi who didn't die. Now, we do see this in our time, where somebody in the U.S. military dies, they have more respect for you, but you still have respect for somebody who is just a normal place shinobi. So, Hashirama gets punched in the face. Gurren Lagann punched in the face. If you've seen Gurren Lagann and you know that where Kamina punches Simone in the face, that's exactly the kind of punch it was. So, Hashirama was saying that this isn't right, we should change this and everything like that. So Hashirama, Itama, and Tobirama are talking without their father the next time, and Hashirama is saying how we need to make this agreement with our enemies, because in the words of Voltaire, nobody wins in war, because every side has dead people, because people are being killed. Now, Voltaire is a French philosopher, if you don't know that, but this is what pretty much Hashirama is referring to. Hashirama is saying, like, nobody's winning. We're doing the same thing that we're doing to the Uchihas. We're killing their kids. They're killing our kids. They're killing each other, and we just need to come to a straight agreement. And Tobirama is kind of just like, well, you know what we need to do? You guys need to stop taking this out of proportion. That's pretty much what Tobirama says. I kind of like Tobirama's like personality, but he's not really that important in this chapter. So, later on in this chapter, we see that Itama is actually killed as well by some people in Uchiha clan, which this really messes Hashirama up. Really does. And now we go back to where we was before in the beginning of the chapter, maybe a few months later, maybe a year later, we're not very sure, and Hashirama is crying by the river. And Madara comes down, he's like, hey, you've been gone a long time. Wait, what's wrong? And Hashirama doesn't want to tell him what's wrong, because, I mean, it's a sensitive issue. Like, both my brothers died in the war. I want this war to be over. When is this war going to be over? When are we going to stop killing each other? And what happens is that Madara is being real forceful. He's like, tell me now. You can talk to me. Tell me, Hashirama. And Hashirama's like, nothing. And then Hashirama says, you know what? Alright. 2 of my brothers died in the war. Okay? And then he was like, and your name's Madara, right? Has this happened to you? Do you have any siblings? And Madara says that he had 4 brothers and they all died in the war. He had 4 brothers. So this is where the connection comes in, and this is where it's going to relate with Naruto and Sasuke as well. So this is where we see their connection. This is pretty much the end of the chapter. There's nothing really more important about that. So here is really where we see the connection between Sasuke and Naruto and Madara and Hashirama's situations. So number 1, they were connected on circumstances that weren't very good. So Hashirama and Madara's, all their brothers died. Well, pretty much, because of course Hashirama's brother Tobirama didn't die, but most of them died. So this is where they had a connection. Naruto and Sasuke lost their family. Naruto, of course, lost his family back when the masked man actually let the Nine Tails out on the village, and Sasuke lost his family and his whole goddamn clan when Itachi purged the whole Uchiha clan. And this is also where we see where bonds are broken. So I believe later in these chapters we're going to see where Madara and Hashirama find out what their last names are. And Hashirama being a Senju and Madara being an Uchiha, of course, Hashirama's brother died because of Uchiha. Pretty much a group of them pretty much just like gang killed him, and it was so bad. It was so bad. And this is where Sasuke wants more power. Naruto wants to save him. He can't save him. Naruto and Hashirama just have this connection. And this is what Hashirama is trying to show to Sasuke, if you haven't caught on yet. Because Hashirama is saying, this happened the same exact way. This is past repeating itself over and over again. I'm telling you what happened, because I need you to actually think about what you're doing, and you're going to keep on making a cycle between the Uchihas and the Senjus. I don't care how much the Tobirama doesn't like the Uchihas. This is what needs to happen, Sasuke, and you need to listen, because what are you going to do? Are you going to actually let this cycle keep on continuing? Do you really think you're going to win against Naruto? I don't know if you're going to win against Naruto, but Sasuke needs to listen to Hashirama right now, because things are about to get really crazy, and it's going to be all up to Sasuke, whether we get the Naruto versus Sasuke fight, whether this, that, the other. And I feel like, of course, if we see this Naruto versus Sasuke fight, that we're going to have flashbacks of like Madara and Hashirama fighting in the first Shinobi War, and then Naruto and Sasuke fighting in the fourth Shinobi War, and it's just going to be an all-out battle, and you're going to see like flashbacks. It's going to be like little flashes. Like if you played Storm 2, you saw Sasuke and Naruto fighting, right? But then you saw this flashback of them fighting in that, you know, that like that Valley of Death. I'm not really sure what it's called, but it's really important to the Naruto series, and it's pretty much just like this area, and you see this big statue of Hashirama and this big statue of Madara, if I'm correct. And Naruto and Sasuke, this is where they clash, and Sasuke had the death seal and the curse mark. I'm so sorry, the curse mark. And Naruto had the Nine Tails chakra kind of break out a little bit, and they clash. And you saw this in the game when you were actually fighting with Naruto against Sasuke, which is really cool, and I think they're going to actually do that again. So that's pretty much my thoughts, and that was my review on the chapter. I hope I didn't talk too long, but I've been having fiascos with these chapter reviews for the last 2 weeks, and I am actually going to do an episode review, and there's so much more coming to my channel, so stay tuned later this week to see a channel update. It's not really, it's just going to be a lot. I just want to like pretty much bring home the fact that this is an anime channel as well as a gaming channel. I don't make a lot of anime videos, so I want to like start making more anime videos than I do video games. So I'll actually talk to you guys later. Mwah! I love you so much, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow for my episode review. So bye bye.